He looks like Hulk.
Ow!
I'm seeing a little Hulk Hogan over there, man. I'm feeling it. There you go. There you go.
Hey, just a little behind the scenes. I picked Stretch Armstrong as my division, and I'm slowly morphing myself into Stretch Armstrong is what I'm doing here. And by the time that Potiphon rolls around, oh buddy, y'all are gonna think y'all are looking at the guy himself.
That's awesome.
What it was, I was gonna go on Dynasty Rewind. Shout out to the homies there, Bauer, Kev, Chop. What's up, fellas? I was gonna go on the Rewind, and they was giving me a hard time about Joe Exotic, Oklahoma, the Tiger King and all that. So I said, okay, I'll show y'all Tiger King. And I was going to transform just completely into him and come on to that show. And then I got to where I kind of liked it.
Oh, man.
That's awesome. Hey, man, y'all ever had
never even watched it. I couldn't even tell you nothing about it.
Y'all ever had this pickle beer?
Pickle beer? Does it taste like pickles?
Yeah, man.
Oh, no. I'm out.
It tastes like pickle juice. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm hydrating and drinking alcohol at the same time.
Oh, dude's getting them electrolytes, baby. Dude getting them electrolytes.
That's right.
Hell no, I ain't doing nothing with a damn pickle. If it tastes like a pickle, looks like a pickle, it's called a pickle, you can keep that shit. I don't want it. That's nasty. Oh man.
Hell
no.
My
goes do it, vodka.
Loves pickles. Loves pickles, man. Loves them. God.
Pickles, cucumbers, you can keep that shit. I ain't having it. It ain't working. I'll starve before I eat a pickle.
Really?
I like it.
Yeah, I can't. It ain't happening.
It goes good with vodka.
They're horrible.
One of my favorite things you probably hate, sauerkraut. I love.
I don't know, man. I love sauerkraut. I love it, man.
No, I like it.
Oh, do you like sauerkraut, but don't like pickles?
Yeah, I do. I do, but I can't. I ain't eating no pickles, man. I'll punch somebody right in the face. I ain't even lying.
My grandpa, he loves tomatoes, but won't eat ketchup. My dad or my stepdad.
Oh, I have. My brother-in-law's like that.
But
he'll eat ketchup all day long, but won't eat a tomato. Yeah.
Crazy.
Pickles, I ain't having it.
I thought we'd just look over our golden ticket gala teams, fellas, and get that.
I don't even know where I'm at.
Look over that, and there we go. I'm trying to get this stuff shared to Twitter.
Dougie.
What, buddy?
Dougie, I need that song.
All right. Very good. I'll get that song on while I'm trying to get this shared.
I can't remember which one it was. It's not the Old Town Road. I got that one. It's the other one you sent me.
I got you.
I wished I could remember the name of it.
I got you.
Knoxville? No.
Nope. I got you. Here it comes. Here it is. It's right here. Let me turn. Hey, check this out.
What the hell is that?
It's a speaker. That's a speaker.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can look all fancy.
Damn, I thought that was a damn coffee cup.
I need one about that big some morning.
Man.
Is that it? Wait a minute.
I know that's it. I know you too well, brother. You know this.
Oh, that's it. What's it?
You know it. Tennessee Love.
Name, Dougie?
Tennessee Love. Oh. All right.
That's it. See, Dougie, he knows.
I know you, brother. I know you.
Dougie knows. I ain't even gonna lie.
Where do you share this motherfucker at?
That's it.
Oh, maybe I go back to the. Okay, yeah. That's what I do. I go to this.
Oh, yeah.
And then No,
You're my hero, Dougie. That's it.
You know that's it, baby. I got you. I never
Yeah.
let someone disrespect you. I never let someone.
I don't think I've ever heard this song before.
Yellow
Oh,
Wolf,
it's the bomb,
man.
dude.
Yellow Wolf. Do the same.
That's right.
There we go. Got it shared. Ain't no telling who's gonna jump on him.
Ah, yeah.
Coach, I done asked Coach to
Dougie
come
hit me
on.
with it. I knew he would.
Mm.
All right, guys. I'm just I'm trying to get Coach added, and we can just have a damn rated IDP reunion right here.
Right.
All right, here we go.
God, I ain't heard that in a minute, Dougie. I ain't heard that in a minute.
I got you, big dog. All right. Y'all wanna bring up the golden ticket gala and
Sure.
talk a little bit about these teams. I know, what conference you in, buddy?
I'm in the Hard Candy Conference.
Hard candy.
Damn.
Is that with Hollywood? Hollywood, are you in hard candy or are you in fruit? Oh no. You like them Sour Patch. You in fruit, ain't you? I know you. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I'm a freak, but I'm telling you,
So
this girl in the yellow right here.
Three.
Bomb diggity right here in the yellow. I ain't even gonna lie.
Why can't I see that?
I ain't even gonna lie.
Hey, you remember when we had that clothing
Watch
sponsor
your video, bro.
on Rated
That girl in the
IDP?
yellow.
You remember when we had that clothing sponsor for Rated IDP?
I
And they had that
do.
one. It took over the show. We couldn't even do a show that night because of that.
Hey, I'm buying me a blow up pool and some Jello right now.
Man, I'm glad you said
It's
pool.
happening.
Man, I'm glad you said pool.
That's awesome.
I'm all in. It's happening. Line them up.
All right. So, like I said, I thought we could just.
This is
look
all on
over
you,
our-
Doug. Yeah, I warned you, buddy.
Looky here. And my man Steve Rowland.
What is up?
What up, KB?
Not much, my man. Just chilling.
Just chilling. Yeah, nice to finally connect with you.
Yeah,
buddy.
for sure, man. Hell yeah. This is a damn good looking room right here.
Oh,
Holy
hey.
shit.
Oh,
Man, it is.
Man,
That's right.
this is what them
He
black
done-
eyed
he
peas
done
be
come
singing
up-
about.
He done come up in here in a Green Bay hat, man.
Let's go. Go, Pat, go.
Dougie
B.
done.
Hey,
Dougie gonna
Kyle,
have to
do
mute me.
you
I
like
figured
that
that.
McCarthy's gone now? You think he's gonna like just screw up the Cowboys?
Oh, man, I don't know. He just never adjusts to anything, So if he can just, make a couple adjustments at halftime, he'll be all right. But I think it just ran its course, I didn't hate him, but
Have y'all heard what the
I think it did.
Jets? Have y'all heard
Yeah,
what the
but-
Jets are asking for Adams from the Cowboys? They want Lyle Collins.
What's
They
that?
want Lyle Collins, a first round, and a fourth.
Woo.
Adams. For
No,
Jamal.
that's too much.
Woo! What do you think about that, dude?
Ooh.
That's high, man. That's high.
I mean, that's too much, especially since he wants out. So I mean, he's gone next year for sure. So
And
I mean,
like
the
how
Cowboys aren't going to
Wait a
get
minute.
it
Whoa. Lyle Collins and a fourth for Adams. Is that what you said?
at first.
Yeah, Jamal. I heard it on 103.3 today. That ESPN Dallas. That the Jets
first. Lyle on the
Jets
first.
contacted the Cowboys and said they'd take Lyle Collins, a first and a fourth for Jamal Adams.
no shit.
I was like, yeah, I'm sure. I'll take $7 million for my house too. But I'm not going to get it.
What if we just gave him Amari Cooper? You think we could get away with that one?
Ooh.
Ooh, and don't they need a wide receiver? Who's their wide receiver one? Like,
Well, I guess we can take Lamb and Gallup. Oh, you mean yeah, for
For
sure.
the Jets? Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have Robbie no more.
Now
So I
they
guess
got
it's
No.
Jamison Crowder.
and Perryman and the rookie
Mims.
Mims. Yeah.
He said Perryman.
Oh,
There's somebody still available. There's somebody still available right now in the golden ticket galley.
Man,
draft.
he's not. He's not in my
Let me-
conference. He's
let me
gone,
check.
man.
What?
Yeah, he's going
Oh,
pretty
man.
early. I mean, well, it's early for him.
We're in about round 33, and he's still like waving that flag up there at the top of the ADP.
I just took Kyle Allen instead of Brashad Perryman, if that tells you anything.
Where the heck did he go?
But they got Mims right in the draft.
Yeah.
And I like Mims. You know, I think he can stretch that field, maybe open it up a little bit more for Crowder.
Mm-hmm.
If that tight end can quit being a buffoon, he'll help.
Oh, Hernan? Yeah. Yep.
So in the heart in my conference, he went in the 18th round.
Get out of town.
He went 18. He went 18-15.
I gotta look.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We got to look at this, boys. We got to look
I
at
don't.
this.
He went to
I don't even
Bowser.
know.
Bowser had the turn. He had 18-15 and 19-1. He took Perriman and Klein Farrell.
What? Oh, you wait until I get a hold of Bowser here on this Twitter machine. Right. Explain yourself. Hey, so
Why
what?
the
I
hell
wonder
can't
what.
I find YouTube?
Hey, dude. How many other Jets receivers went before he took Perriman? I'm
Let's look.
guessing.
Oh,
That's what I'd like to know is, did he take Perriman to be because he thinks he's going to be their one? That's what I'm curious about. Or does he just think, you know, the guy was on a good diet plan or something?
oh shoot!
Well, Crowder went 4 rounds earlier to the hot tamales.
Okay.
And then so he went 14, and let's see where Mims went.
I think I'm gonna ask Bauer if that was a mistake. I think that got auto drafted or something. Something's up with that.
Wow.
Perriman couldn't catch a job on the Ravens, and they had people on the couch playing wide receiver just a couple years ago, right?
That's true.
You got it with a Happy Meal. If you got a Mighty Kids meal, you got to be a wide receiver 2 years ago on the Ravens.
Hey, now I love me a good Happy Meal. They got toys and shit with that stuff.
Hey, Bo. Hey, get the Mighty Kids meal. Double the fries. Add a McChicken. Take the burger apart. Put the McChicken in it. You got the McGhetto plus double fries. Damn, bro.
He said McGhetto.
Damn, baby. About $3 cheaper, and sometimes you get this little cool toy, man. Mm-hmm.
I gotta write this down. I need to get some
Got
paper
you,
and a
baby.
pen.
I got you.
Dougie just said McGhetto.
McGhetto, baby. That's that McGhetto. You get the whole meal for about $6.50. Sweet tea, get sweet tea. About $6.50.
$6.50. He said, "I got you for $6.50. Come
If
on."
you go get that quarter pounder meal now, you're gonna run up there and around to $10, $11, and we don't have money for all that. So just get that Mighty Kids meal, get that burger, order an extra McChicken, throw the bread off the McChicken, throw it in there.
That's great.
Baby, that's a power food, man. That power food.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, don't ask for sweet
Oh,
power
shit.
sauce though. They got that shit locked up in Guantanamo Bay. All right, fellas. What I wanted to do was, and it's good because we have somebody on from each conference. Major topic this day and age. IDP, fellas, it's kind of gaining a little ground, baby. You know what I mean? we kind of getting there. We've taken baby steps for the whole decade I've been trying to do this, but it seems like now that we might have a big baby. You know what I mean? It's still baby steps, but like this is a big ass baby, and he's taking big steps. So we're slowly getting there, fellas. And one thing I hear a lot of is mixed rankings. Yeah, you got your linebacker rankings, you got safety rankings, you got running back rankings. You know, me, Daryl, Kyle, you know, we rank probably 600 players, but not really a consensus mixed ranking. So what I thought would
Right.
be very, very knowledgeable was putting our drafts that we just got done doing in the Golden Ticket Gala kind of together and seeing the takeaways we could take away from it, because it's about some of the most balanced scoring that you will see, that you'll find, and it's also some of the biggest monsters on Twitter. I'm talking some of the biggest and brightest names. I mean, that's not just
Hell, my division is way behind your alls, though. Y'all are like 10 rounds ahead of us. We're slow. We slow as hell.
There. See, what only thing it is we got killed. I got a couple guys like Evan Brown. What up, EB? I've got a couple guys, Dynasty Trip, Peter. You know old Peter there from down under.
I know, Peter.
Hey, they are on the ball with telling you on the clock. And if you don't comment in that group, they come into your DMs. They slide in.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And they're like, hey, Doug, just checking up. Been on the clock for 47 hours. You want to pick? And I'm like, oh, yeah, my bad. You know,
well, my division, I ain't hating on my division. I got Mike Wallard in there. I've got Gary Davenport. I've got Eric Harris. I've got Dan. I think I got Took here because I'm in the loaded division. That's what I'm saying. I got Boomer Sooner. I got Ivan, the Dynasty 316. Yeah,
that's my division.
Oh, that ain't your division. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Hey, look right here. You are in the conference.
Oh, I did. See, I'm in the fruit conference. See, I'm already screwed up. Fruit
batty as hell. Joey the Tooth, Shroot Farms, IDP. Our good friend Chev over there at Dynasty Rewind. John Glaser from the Dynasty Nerds, a fellow IDP guy.
Got Gary Davenport.
The diva, baby. The diva of Dynasty. Mrs. Katie Flowers. UK repping. You've also got Sipes. We know he's already in bed somewhere by now. Jeff D. And you even got old Searfalls, that old going two bunch over there with Lambert, man. So it's all loaded. I mean, you could go through these 45 names, 46 names, and you don't miss a beat.
No, we got some big names, that's for sure.
I thought it'd be good to look at each other's drafts. And like I haven't looked much at the fruit draft or the hard candy draft. Maybe vice versa with y'all in the chocolate. So I thought maybe we could like get on there and like get some takeaways going and maybe develop, some mixed rankings kind of on the fly for everybody. So
let's do it.
That's what we got in store. Dude, as the newcomer, brother, I'm gonna let you lead us off, buddy. You want to tell us a little bit about the squad you got drafted so far, where you think you're weak at, where you thought you might zig but you zagged. You want to tell us a little bit about your squad here, brother?
Yeah, man, no problems. For me, where I'm weak is definitely wide receiver, but I did that pretty intentionally. Those guys were going pretty quick. You might say that my team is like a 5-year-old team, like I'm back from 2015. Right. My wide receivers. Let's see. So I guess I'll just take it from the top. So
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So I had the 1-9 and basically a super flex IDP. I felt like I had to get a quarterback right off the bat. So for me at 1-9, I took Russell Wilson. With DK Metcalf, with Lockett, I just feel like he's going to have a great year and he's solid for me. So I took him right off the bat. 2020 is a running back heavy year. So when I came back at 2.7, I went running back. So I took Derrick Henry. I know a lot of people are down on him, but he's really the only top guy that was
left. Watch him down there.
You done hit a home run with the king, baby. Come on.
All right, there we go.
That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah.
So for me, I did go a little earlier. So my first IDP guy, I had to take Aaron Donald. I took him at 4.7, so I took him in the 4th round. So for me, Aaron Donald with position scarcity and the scoring system we have in the gala, like for example, I think he, based on 2019, he put up over 400 points. So he was like, I want to say that he was definitely the first defensive tackle, and there was a huge gap between 3 and 1.
Right.
So I jumped on him right away. I wanted to get him right away. And but I am weak on wide receiver. I'm hurting. I'm gonna be in trouble.
Tell everybody your little trick on how you go to the top scoring players, and that's kind of how you see the league settings and the scoring. That's kind of how you get a feel of it, is by going to them. I want you to tell everybody like a little bit how you go about that. What is it like?
Yeah. So if I'm on MFL, if you go to reports. And then you go to players, and you can do like top defensive players, top receivers, or whatnot, and they'll take you into basically an application within MFL where you can change the drop downs, and then it'll give you all the scoring based on their stats for 2019. And so I just look at that, and it'll rank them highest points to lowest points. And so when I looked at that, so what you're bringing up is something that kind of jumped out at me. So I saw that Chandler Jones in the gala in week 7 scored 97 points. And so when I looked at that, okay, so 36 points came from 4 sacks.
Yeah.
All right, so if you do the math, he gets 9 points a sack.
Yeah, we had to adjust that a little bit because dude came in my DMs hot. He's like, hey, I don't so I'm not going to say anything, but I think you got the sacks crazy as hell. And I was like, oh, my God, yeah, we don't need that much. But I mean, you want your DNs, you want it to matter, and it's always that, it's that buffer zone where you want it to matter, but you don't want a sack to be, you don't want a 3-sack game, take just winning a week for you, because the guy scores, 60 points. So, it's a fine line. And in this gala, we've got it very, very balanced. And I don't think there's a better way to play than Superflex, IDP, and we're talking full IDP, linebacker, D tackle, DN, true edge positions. That's one thing we did in the gala that's different than most any league you're in, is we went into the settings and we changed all the outside linebackers to DN. So we've got Von Miller, we've got Bradley Chubb, we've got the Harold Landry. I know D thinking Landry gonna have a big year this year, and if you put him at DN as a roster requirement, you can play him. You can start him. I think it needs to be a norm.
No, I tell you what I'm thinking.
Let's see.
You done said Chubb. I'm thinking this girl in the yellow. That's what I'm thinking. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Won't you
I ain't even gonna lie.
Won't you share your screen and show us here?
Hey.
Dingus.
Hey. That's not the pretty girl in yellow. That's the pretty man in red there. Dingus. We got the whole crew together. Man.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can see old girl right there.
What was that there, homie? What you drinking on that E8?
Long Island iced tea.
Hey,
Nice.
I'm a fan.
It was delicious last night. I had another one tonight. I was like, that went down way too good last night.
And we got to say hello to the guy that used to keep us all in line whenever me and Daryl were going to the bathroom with our headphones still on, dragging shit off. Coach D, what's up, brother?
Hush, Dougie. You hush, Dougie.
Well, what people don't realize is before those Zoom meetings came up where the guy was like taking his pants off and rubbing one off live on Zoom, you guys were doing that way before anything else happened. You guys are the originators of that.
Hey, it wasn't just us. We was in the woods one time, and we thought this dog ran off of one of the babies. You had this big old Cujo dog, and all you hear was, boo, 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 and then a kid going, daddy, daddy. I was like, did he just take the baby?
Yeah, that's a weirdo camping in the middle of nowhere.
Coach E8. So tonight, fellas, we're all in the gala together. So I figured that we could go over some of our teams and some of the differences. I know, Coach, you brought up something the other day about the quarterbacks being taken. I mean, it was an ungodly amount of quarterbacks. You know, that was
Okay, so before I get into the gala, I see that Dewey here up at the top corner here. I just want to congratulate him on that first article dropping here with the over the Going to Stew group there. So
Dewey.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
And that's a kick-ass. You got a kick-ass site behind in your band too. Jeff Lambert, Ryan, Tierfoss, great dudes, killer dudes, dude. Good choice.
Yeah, man, they really did. I mean, they really did a lot of help, especially with the article I wrote. They shared it and retweeted it, and it really got a lot of traction, and it was awesome. So thanks to everyone, and I appreciate it.
Thanks for that, Coach. Go ahead, buddy.
Betcha. So we're talking. So one thing I want to talk about here, and this plays into the whole gala effect, as well as even the Scott Fish Bowl. When we get into that, is those Week 13 buys are going to be crucial this year, with both Tampa Bay and Carolina being on bye on Week 13. So when we're looking at our gala rosters, Week 13 is, and knowing the Scott Fish Bowl is your first week of playoffs.
Exactly.
Right. So if you don't secure that bag and get that first round bye in the Scott Fish Bowl, you're going to be playing your first round of playoffs without some studs going on. The DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, Brady, Evans, Godwin. So when we're looking at our gala rosters going into our gala playoffs, you know, that make or break week 13, the make or break where you normally have everyone ready to make that playoff push to get you into the playoffs, you may be missing some studs.
Ooh, Week 13, I need to look at that. Who do I have?
Hey, did you have something to add, buddy? I seen you licking them.
No, look at that. So far, everybody I have drafted, I have nobody off Week 13. I'm good as gold, baby. Look at me.
Here,
I ain't even playing. Look at me. I wasn't even trying, and I got nobody off Week 13. Shit.
Could you say that's an extra week, Coach? In say CMC getting you to them playoffs? Yeah, you might miss him the first round, but what if you get a bye? You know, what if you get that bye the first round because you had CMC in an extra week? You know.
Yeah, no, that'll be big. If you can get the bye with McCaffrey on your roster, that's fantastic. But I'm talking about if you're relying on Week 13 to get into your league playoffs, you could be in trouble.
Trouble. You know, that is a great point. I have not even thought about that, but that is a great point. So would that hold you off from taking McCaffrey 1-1?
I've heard it.
No way. Nope.
It would not for me.
Moves Mahomes up for me. I think it moves Mahomes up in the Superflex for me above CMC. I think it does. I'm in the minority, guys.
No way.
And I think it makes Patty Holmes my 101 in the Superflex.
In the Superflex, I think Mahomes should be your number one right now. Or you can make depending on how rushing yards factor in, I think you can make an argument for Lamar Jackson as well at the 101. So even at a 20-point reduction, even with the 20-point or 20% reduction in Lamar Jackson, a 10 to 15 kind of thing you could think of, he is still going to be your QB1 compared to last year. So,
do you have something, buddy?
Well, I was going to say I'm probably the biggest CMC fan here, so I would even take Mahomes 101 in a super flex. You just can't pass on that. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, at Walmart, you can get them for 50 cents. I got a giant one too.
Yeah, I mean, Mahomes is the 101 in a super flex. Yeah, I would take him too, even over McCaffrey.
Right.
Oh man,
Them running backs dry up quick, fellas.
They do.
Dry up quick, man. They dry up.
they
quick.
do. Man, I don't know if you could pass on CMC though. I mean, that's
So let's
a tough one.
look here.
That's
Okay,
tough.
I'm looking at the chocolate conference, my conference here, and me and EA are in
Chocolate.
a conference together, I believe. Oh, yep.
Yep.
Okay, so the number one, Gymnastic, nasty. He took Patty Holmes. Number two, Snacks. Snacks IDP. That bad boy. He took Barkley, guys. That's somebody we didn't even just bring up in that little rant. We didn't even bring up Saquon. You know?
Oh man.
Check this out.
No, we didn't.
Lamar Jackson goes 3 to Madman and Dan. I call it Mad Dan. My new name, Mad.
Mad Dan.
They go the coach approach and they take Lamar at 3. And that lets CMC fall all the way to number 4 to Mr. Sleeveless. Y'all see them guns? Woo! Coach. And then I'll just go through the first round real fast. So 104, CMC. 105, Deshaun Watson. EH. 106, Floyd, 2 drinks. Ezekiel Elliott. 107, yours truly. Kyler Murray, baby. Kyler Murray. 108, Spides, our buddy good Jason Spides. He took Russell Wilson. D-Trip, Alvin Kamara. Utah, EC took Dalvin Cook. Fig Jam, Hope took Miles Sanders, fellas. Gets in there in the first round.
Woo.
That was
We need to talk a little Miles Sanders here in a minute. And let's see, 112 goes to Dynasty 316, Ivan. He takes Dak. 113.
Ivan don't know nothing. I know Ivan.
113, we go Michael Thomas. 114, Kenny Berry. My brother, Devontae Adams. And then the back-to-back pick, Mr. Mike Waller. Check out this turn, fellas. DeAndre Hopkins and Derrick Henry.
Henry.
King Henry, that's right. Can't go wrong with that.
So I know nobody's writing shit down or anything, but any players kind of stick out to you there in that first round where you're like, there's no added 10 rushing attempts to get you an extra point. There's no added little bonuses like that or anything. We're just balanced, super flex, IDP, full IDP league here. So anything, fellas?
In my conference, the first 4 was the same. I mean, it's a little bit different order. We went in the fruit conference. We went Lamar Jackson, CMC, Patrick Mahomes, and Saquon Barkley. So those first 4 were pretty much the same, but just a little bit different.
So the ones that if I'm looking at this right now, obviously McCaffrey at 4. I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but McCaffrey should not slide to number 4, no matter what.
He shouldn't. He should be above Barkley anyway.
That's why we made Superflex. That's why Superflex is so popular. It's so that might happen, and that's why all of us here are trying to make IDP a thing. It's so that even makes more players fall.
I'll be right back.
And then the next one for me is the Miles Sanders hype.
Yep.
Well, I think he's going to be a solid, a fringe RB1, RB2. I think at 111 is still a bit high for him. I think you're targeting him more towards in the 12-team league, probably in the 205 to 208 range is kind of where I think you're going to see him go. Maybe even as far as 209. But I think you're looking at that 204 to 209 range. 111 seems a bit early for me.
And it could have to do something with the league size. We are 16 teams deep here, and you pretty much, if you want your guy, you better get him because there's a very good chance he ain't coming back around after, 25 picks, So nothing against old Fig Jam here, the homie taking Sanders there, but guys like Joe Mixon, I'd rather have, Let's see here, Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb. I'd rather have Chubb than Sanders. What about you guys?
You know,
Well, Fig Jim there, he hit Sanders, and then he came back and doubled up on Nick Chubb too. So
He did. That's why I brought that up. Yeah.
yeah, so I think you're getting value. Now, me personally, I probably would have Chubb over Sanders, but no matter how you look at it, I guess maybe where he plays Sanders, okay, 111 seems a bit. I can get on board with Chubb at 111, but the fact that he was able to get Chubb at 205 15 team league, I can get on board with that. So for me, I'm looking at more like, okay, Chubb at 111, Sanders at 205, and I'm okay with it. But like you said, when you're in these 15 team leagues, running backs, they go. You better get your running back, and you better get them early, because when you get back to I picked at 204, the running back after my pick there at 212, my second pick, the next running back off the board was, oh boy, 308, Austin Eckler.
and then Kenyon Drake back to back.
Yeah. And okay, Kyle, here's I think a little bit closer comparison. Aaron Jones or Miles Sanders. Which way you going, brother? If both of them's on the board and you see Sanders there and you see AJ, which one you going, brother?
That's tough, but I'm gonna go Miles Sanders.
Okay.
Agreed.
I agree though too.
I love Aaron Jones, don't get me wrong. I'm just really curious to see what happens with that backfield. You know,
I haven't guessed that backfield right, Green Bay, since Eddie Lacy found all the pizza huts.
Yep.
I haven't did anything like Green Bay, man.
Yep.
I was a huge Jamal Williams fan, man. Huge. I just knew he was going to be better than Aaron Jones. Yeah.
Aaron Jones is gone after this year.
Yep, he is. Yeah. I think so. Anyway.
And that might be the best thing for Aaron Jones too, getting out of Green Bay after this season.
He's going to be gone. And it's going to be, it's going to be Jamal Williams and AJ Dillon next year.
This is Jamal Williams last year too?
Yep, his rookie deal's up too.
Yeah, well, then he may be then all in on AJ Dillon. I mean,
yeah, I mean they drafted AJ Dillon and 3 offensive linemen, so I think you look at what LaFleur did in Tennessee.
He's a poor man's King Henry. That's what he is.
You look what he did in Tennessee before
Pound that rock, baby.
Yeah, that's
hey, don't be hating on the King. Pound that rock. It's a winning formula, baby.
I'm hoping.
And this is how you issue Aaron Rodgers out of Green Bay.
Oh man,
good riddance.
I could see him gone too.
I bid you adieu.
This is, and we're talking about this contract.
What he did to Brett Favre is happening to him. That's what he gets.
Yep.
Sorry, Dougie. Sorry.
Do any of y'all rank your running backs with that contract very close to your mind when ranking them?
Sometimes.
Ranking, maybe not so much. My trade bait, absolutely. When they come up on that contract year, I'm looking at unloading them whenever I can, whether that's Zeke Elliott or anyone of that matter. I'm trying to unload them when they hit that 5th-year option where they're about to get paid. I'm trying to get paid. I'm getting out of there.
And Dougie knows these guys. The rookie, the Capology guys, Waltner and them. They come on our show, IDP Nation, and they explained that contract situation, and it changed how I looked at fantasy. It really did. I mean, that's a game changer.
Mm-hmm. It's always something that I keep in my mind, when ranking at Dynasty Nerds, it's always something because, just a year ago, Melvin Gordon was a top 10 back at least, maybe top 7. Ish, I mean, we're talking RB1 for sure. The guy has some contract. Now, where are we taking him? Now that he's in Denver, you know what I mean? Like with Philip Lindsay there, it just seems like as soon as one of these running backs come up with a contract situation, it seems like they just boop, 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 boop. The old Plinko on Price is Right, baby. Boop, 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 boop. So it's weighing on me heavy, Coach, even outside of trading. You know, when I'm doing my rankings, I can't help to think about it these days.
Well, if you think, like you said, you were just talking about Melvin Gordon. We use him as an example. In our draft here in the chocolate division, he went as running back 14 at pick 312. This is a guy we were just talking about as a top 4 running back, essentially, there, because in PPR only a couple of years ago, before his contract dispute and his holdout. So now he's running back 14. Arguably, you can make it. You could say he's even a little bit later with guys like the guys right behind him were Fournette and Edwards-Helaire, who you could argue are probably even ahead of him in reality. So you're looking at a running back now who's number 14 to 16, post holdout, post contract.
Where did he go in your division?
He went 14 for running backs and picked 312.
See, wow.
In my division, he went to
my division. He went pick 706.
Wow.
102 overall. I mean, he dropped like a bomb.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'll put it this way again. Again, this was Ivan picking, so who knows where he's going with this. But this is the 14th running. There was 13 running backs already picked before the 4th round. So running backs were coming off the board fast in our division. And that's what we talk about. If you get into your Scott Fishbowl, like your gala, you have to read that draft room because you don't want to be caught with your pants down around your ankles and holding those ankles.
Well, I won't be. I'm not in there yet. I guess they're not liking me this year. So
you just don't want to be caught at the back end of a run. You want to be either you want to start the run or you want to be in the middle of the run where you can change the direction because here you miss out on a running back. And especially in a 15-team league. So say you want to try and get cute and you want to go quarterback in the first round and maybe somehow a stud wide receiver drops to you in the second. If you don't grab that running back by your second pick, you may be stuck with, I know Darius Geis is your number 1 running back.
Oh, God,
he's
my number 2, and I sweat every morning when I wake up and see him as my RB2. I immediately start sweating, man.
Oh, shoot.
Man, it happened to me. I didn't take my first running back until round 6, and I got James Conner. He's my first running back taken.
Oh.
See,
and you know what? I don't even hate that.
That's when I took my first running back was in round 6 as well. And I took
that comes down.
I took David Johnson because I think he's going way too low. He's gonna surprise some people this year.
Going way under the radar.
He is.
It's almost like I know that the Cardinals, have this up and coming offense and everything, and I know the Texans are kind of going the other way. But if you really think about it, the guy almost landed in a better spot. I mean, Kyler Murray, if he gets in trouble for more than 1.8 seconds, he's running. He is taking off, so this might, I agree with you, Yates. I kind of like TJ.
See, I took my first running back at 107. I took Alvin Kamara.
That's good. I would have taken him there, I think.
So I'm glad you guys mentioned.
I think you got to. I mean, you got McCaffrey, you got Barkley, you got Elliott, and then I took McCaffrey at 107.
And I'm glad you guys mentioned guys like James Conner and David Johnson. These are guys I'm targeting as my RB2. And I think you can get them in the late 4th, 5th, 6th round in most drafts. So I think these are guys you definitely want to target. And I think you're going to see James Conner and David Johnson are going to have huge rebound years this year. I love both of them. I love David Johnson in Houston this year. He's with Duke Johnson. Everyone else is going deep. Everyone on Houston is going deep. You've got Cooks. You've got Fuller. You've got Stills. You got Randall Cobb working underneath. You've got David Johnson for every single dip and dunk. Everyone else is going deep. Johnson's going to eat in PPR. James Conner looks like a freak of nature right now, posting his workout pics. Ben Roethlisberger's back. Ben's going to hand Conner that rock. Conner is going to get back into the groove, and I think he's going to be in the top. He's going to be an RB1 this year.
I think so. I think he is too. I'm on board.
I like James Conner.
In fact, I'm going to go one step further. He's going to outscore Derrick Henry. But still, he'll still have less. He'll still have less points than Ryan Tannehill.
We don't need no water. Let the mother burn.
I think I'm gonna have to. My kid's sitting over here. I'm gonna have to ask him, James Conner or Derrick Henry. Who you got, James Conner or Derrick Henry? Oh, he said Henry all day.
Yeah, boy.
Is that Daryl's
That's
kid?
what I'm talking
No,
about.
it's my kid. He actually got thrown out in his baseball game today playing shortstop.
Whoa, what happened?
I've never seen that before in my life.
Wait, while he was
That's
playing
good parenting, right?
shortstop?
He was at shortstop. The umpire turned around and said, "You're out of here," and threw him out of the game.
Oh, well, see, that's them umpires. That's them umpires that never were good at sports, and they need to feel big. So they put on a striped shirt and go out there to little league games and throw around their weight, you know. And then as soon as the game's over, they power walk into that concession stand.
My son, he told me, he said, he goes, "You've been chirping in my ear all game. I'm about to put you on the bench." He turned around, threw him out.
That's big kudos to Dewey right there. That's good parenting when they pick Henry.
Hey, man.
That's right.
That's good parenting, man.
If my shortstop ain't chattering, something's wrong. Like, I get on my boys in the infield. Like, hey, come on, let's go, chatter. Let's go talk to them. You know, like, I thought that was a part of the ball.
That's
and we know one thing for fact. We know it's not D-Dub's kid because the kid wasn't wearing a Tannehill jersey.
Oh, Jesus Christ! See, just pile on. I used to like
Jenkins. Yep.
I used to like you, Coach. I used to like you, brother.
I want to mention something on David Johnson.
He takes care of me, but I'm done with you, Coach. I'm done with you.
So I live in Houston, and the sports talk shows are very down on him. They do not think he's going to repeat anything close to what Carlos Hyde did in 2019.
David Johnson?
David Johnson, yes, sir.
No faith.
David Johnson broke down, man. Come on.
So
they think if he even does close to what Carlos Hyde did, it'll be a miracle.
Dude, David Johnson's broke down, run down. They broke his ass. Come on now. Let's be real. Come on.
You watch.
Broke his ass.
If they didn't, he'd still be in Arizona. Now, come on. Let's be real, right? Come on. Doug, he knows what I'm talking about.
I do, brother. But I know whenever they say, hey, you can have DeAndre Hopkins for him, I know it probably could have been all but like one or two running backs in the whole entire league for the Cards not to say, we'll take it.
Yep.
That's one of them emails trades that you get in your email, and you check it and you kind of just scroll down on your phone to see what the trade is. And then if it's any good, then you go to it, you scroll down and you see D-Hop for DJ.
Yeah.
You're going right in
He
there.
smashed it.
You hollering at everybody in the house, get off the internet, get off there.
That's right.
All right, fellas, so let's dive in a little bit more. Me and Coach kind of went through the chocolate a little bit, so I'm going to switch on over to the hard candy conference.
Doug, you got me on this. If y'all ain't watching Tennessee Love official video, y'all be needing to watch this shit. I'm telling you.
So, hard candy conference. I'm going to run down the teams involved real quick. Michael Bauer from Dynasty Rewind, Stradamus from the Nerds, EK Baller from the Nerds, KB. That's KB conference. The homie, the OG homie, John D. Abari. I was just on the Fantasy 40, by the way. Go check that out. It was a ton of fun.
Good job, Dougie. I listened to it. Great job, Doug.
Thanks, brother. And then the homie, ANO611, ANO611. Please go give that dude a follow. He is one of my best Twitter friends, man. I can always reach out to him. Brian Serrano is a great dude. Please go give him a follow.
Hey, Doug, I just want
go
to say Brian was clutch in keeping our draft rolling, man.
Hey,
was the man.
I've sent him so many DMs just saying, "Hey, man, thank you so much."
Yeah.
Because he is on it, man. He's on.
Yep.
I tried to get him on tonight, and he said he was feeling a little sleep. He got up at
Right
4
on.
a.m., but we still love you, Anno.
Oh yeah, man, he was clutch.
And then we got the buddy Rich from he's from the Debbie Hell in the Cell there, Coach. And then Calvin and Hobby, as you're familiar with there, Mr. Dingus. That's a fellow Viper, I believe. Y'all check out Calvin and Hobby. He's a great dude, man. He's funny as shit, man. Great follow. Then we got Nick Foles, Sour Warhead. Mr. Dewmeister. That's my brother Dew.
I was trying to get in the spirit of the Candy Conference.
I love it. And hey, whenever you win that conference, it'll say that on that plaque.
There you go.
All right. Then we got D Brown, the Green Ranger, which is Jordan Raines from the Nerd Goat District. Clutch Russ, my co-host for the show usually. Then we've got Unwrapped Chubb, Rhinos. So let's look through this first round, guys, and see if anything sticks out compared to the other conference.
Josh Allen at 111 kind of surprises me.
That jumped out when I was naming the teams there immediately.
Yeah, 111. That seems a little high for him. But it's interesting to see that. Right? Yep. The quarterback.
That's way high.
I think it's really high for him. Like, he went above Carson Wentz and Baker. I don't know. I'd take Wentz over. I take Wentz over Allen. I'd even take Matt Ryan over Josh Allen, especially in a redraft.
I'll take Matt Ryan. I'm a Matt Ryan fan.
Yellow is my favorite.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Josh Allen, but not. I mean, in a redraft league, I would definitely take especially Matt Ryan. He still has Julio, and he has Gurley now.
Well, I think Allen's getting a big boost from his rushing potential. I think that's where everybody's looking.
And the addition of Diggs, Stephon Diggs, actually having somebody that can catch a football without running to a motel naked.
Yeah, because he's going to have Diggs, and he's going to have Diggs. He's going to have John Brown on the other side. Now you've got Zach Moss, and you've got
Singletary too.
Singletary, plus his rushing ability. I think he's getting a little bit overhyped. Really.
You know what? Having all these weapons is great, but he still can't hit the broadside of the barn on a pattern. He is inaccurate. Stephon Diggs gets pouty from time to time. I cannot wait until week 2 or 3 when he has a breakdown with Josh Allen throwing him the ball. And I love Josh Allen for fantasy purposes because of his rushing ability, but man, is he inaccurate. He is one of the accurate passers in the National Football League.
Yep. He is a good deep ball, but once he goes to those short to middle routes, he's not that good. But like I said, he can still make plays with his feet. So that is probably why he's getting a slight bump. But still, I think that's at 111. I think that's a little high for him.
Baker,
111
Josh
is
Allen. Baker Mayfield or Josh Allen? What do you think?
Baker.
Allen. No, Allen.
Baker.
Coach?
Allen.
Case Keenum.
Baker's in a tough spot this year. I don't really know what to think of him, but it's definitely a make or break in my mind for Baker Mayfield.
Woo! One thing sticking out right here, fellas. Aaron Rodgers in a super flex, not going until the 302 pick. It's
good because he sucks.
Oh man!
You know what? I said it. Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is on the down, man. This is not 2005. Aaron Rodgers is not that good anymore.
I mean, hell, they drafted Jordan Love, so they're like, "We're done with him,"
Yeah, he's getting what he deserves. He run Favre out of town. I hope his ass gets roasted like a freaking marshmallow. Boom.
Discount double check this.
Coach brings up a pretty good point. I don't think people realize that this guy's been in the league 16 years. Like, I think that escapes people sometimes because I admit it does me. Like, I just looked it up, and I couldn't believe he's been in the league.
You know what?
Years.
Whoa. You know what? Favre won a championship and Rodgers won a championship, but here's your hot freaking take. Rodgers won his championship with Favre's guys. How about that? Yeah, I said that shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I said that.
I don't hate on it.
I got to go change my hat. I got to change my hat.
Rodgers is the bitch. Sorry, Kyle, but Rodgers is a bitch.
You just coming at me tonight, D.
I ain't even playing, bro. I hate Aaron Rodgers. I wish that motherfucker. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just wait till he throws for 5,000 yards this year.
And yeah, sure he will. Let me know when that shit happens. Come on with it.
He threw for 4,026 touchdowns, 4 picks.
I got you, Dougie, right here. That's right.
I mean, I get the guy's been around, but we're talking 4,000 yards and the touchdown to interception ratio being pretty damn good, fellas, here. 26-5. I mean, call it what you want it. You can make banana nut bread with old bananas, is what Doug's saying.
Hey, I love banana bread. I'm watching old girl here in the yellow, so don't you just holler at me when y'all done talking some shit.
Well, I mean, with Aaron Rodgers, I don't really know what weapons he has. He's got Devontae Adams, who's going to be the number 2.
Yeah, he's got Devontae Adams, and that's it.
And then, I mean, I'm hoping personally that MVS steps up because I'm trying to buy him everywhere. I'm a big believer in him stepping up year 3. But I think that's the issue is there's no excitement on the offense other than Devontae Adams.
I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret here. There's a guy that
Kyle just hiding over here. He's like, oh shit.
I'm just waiting. Just wait. I'm just taking it in. Man.
Oh, hot take.
I love you, Kyle. I love you, bro.
All love, D.
Go ahead, Coach.
The Packers got themselves a player I am fairly familiar with that no one's really talking about because of where he's coming from. That's Bagleton. Now, exactly. He's a player who's going to be able to give the Packers some depth at wide receiver and definitely push guys like MVS and St. Brown, who's done squat. And I think he's even better than.
I can't even with you. Peace out. I'm watching.
And he, in my opinion, is even better than Lazard. So he is going to, in my opinion, eventually take the number 2 wide receiver role in Green Bay. He's a guy you're going to hear a lot of during camp, if and when we get to camp.
You should.
Man, I was big on Lazard. I was a Lazard fan, man. I like it. Is he in Jacksonville now?
Don't even hate.
Well, he was undrafted and went to Jacksonville, and then we claimed him. Yeah, we claimed him out the practice squad. So.
Oh, y'all got him back. Okay,
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
So I
think that kid can run tight end.
I was a big fan of him. Yeah, for sure. I was a big fan of him coming out of Iowa State. You know, he was a guy I liked when he was coming out of college.
So just to give you guys a little taste here of Reggie Bagleton, he had in the CFL about 2.5 hours north of me playing for the Calgary Stampeders. He had, I believe it was 102 receptions for 1,444 yards.
How many targets, Coach?
His targets, I can't remember what the number was, but he's still, of those 1,400 yards, 500 of them were yards after the catch. He had 10 touchdowns with a 14.2 average per reception. Guy is 6'2", 205 pounds. So he's got some size to him as well. So and he's only 26.
Right.
Nice.
And we know that competition up there in the CFL. I mean, didn't you play cornerback for the Alouettes there for 2 seasons?
No.
The Alouette.
The
Hey,
Montreal Alouette.
is that a team? Is the Alouettes a team?
Yeah, Montreal Alouette.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's get into the show. Thanks
Actually,
everybody for joining us. We are
Funny
out.
story. The Alouettes had Johnny Manziel's rights and traded him to the Hamilton Tiger Cats. So when Manziel came to the CFL to play for the Ticats, he actually had to get traded from the Alouettes to the Ticats.
Yeah, but they only got his rights because somebody left a ticket in the dry cleaning and there was a contract.
Chad Ochocinco played for the Alouettes.
Now there's a name. Now there's somebody that I can get behind.
You guys remember a fellow running back? You guys remember a Nebraska running back by the name of Lawrence Phillips?
Oh, I know
Yeah,
every
yes, I
team
do.
in Nebraska.
Yep.
Yep.
He came up here
And
played
if
for
he
the
wasn't
Alouettes
crazy
as
as hell, hey, if he wasn't crazy as hell, that dude was legit. Let me
He
tell
was
you.
batshit crazy. He is batshit crazy.
Hey, he was batshit crazy, but let me tell you, his crazy matched his talent, no doubt.
Yeah, you can see him in the huddle because I'm a Sooners
Oh,
fan.
yeah.
You can see the
Hey,
kid in the
I
huddle.
was a huge
like, literally-
Husker fan back
he would
back
push
in
the
the day, and
coaches
I
out of the
could
huddle. The dude would push the coaches out of the huddle. Like, no, I got shit to say, man. I got shit to say.
So yeah, and we'll wrap this all up in a nice bowl. Reggie Bagleton, if you have a deep roster, get him on there.
That's great,
And
man. That's
that
big
was
insight. Big
Genius
insight.
Down and distance.
I like to hear that.
in distance. I ain't heard that in a minute. Let me tell you.
So back to
All right.
to the hard candy conference. So they went running back heavy right off the bat.
Get it? Yep.
First 3
that.
picks.
The one thing I've noticed about this, I wanted to give DeBari a hard time because he didn't take a running back until the 7th round, and he still ended up with Chris
That's 'cause
Carson.
He don't know no better, man. He don't know no better. Don't hate on the bar. He don't know no better.
I'm not a fan
No,
of Chris Carson, man. I know what.
Coach, what do you think about my RB? What do you think about my RB2 there in Jacobs, Bubba? What do you think's in store there as the fellow Las Vegas Raiders fan here in the group, brother? What do you expect out of
RB2?
Jacobs this year? You think yeah? I took him as
I like him as an RB.
I think you're looking at a guy who's probably going to rank somewhere between 10 and 14. So you're looking at a low-end RB1, high-end RB2, depending on what if Mayock and Gruden didn't go out and get Bowden and kind of commit to Jalen Richard there, I think he could have gone a little bit higher. But I think you're looking at Jacobs' value probably being in that 10 to 14 range. So I think at RB2, you're getting a pretty solid deal there with him.
Well, here's kind of why I brought that up.
Especially when they
because
go
he's my
9-7 this year.
He's my RB1, is what I meant to say. I got a quarterback the first round in a super flex. I came back around with my next pick in the second round. And as you know, them running backs, they're foo, 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 foo. They're gone, you know. Josh Jacobs seemed like the best guy there to take as my RB1. Some running backs that went around him there. Let's see.
What pick did you have, Dougie?
I had the 107, and then in the second round, the 209 is where I took Jacobs. But then after Jacobs is where we see that jump of no running backs being taken almost for a whole round and a half.
You know what? I'm not hating at 209. I really ain't.
So
No,
are
I
we
think
safe to say maybe Jacobs is that cutoff to tier 1 RB?
I think with Jacobs there, you're looking at putting him in with that group of Chubb and Mixon and Sanders and probably Eckler somewhere in there in that low-end RB1, high RB2 kind of range there. So he could come up. He could be an RB1. If you look at his numbers before his injury, as a rookie, he was on pace to become a top 10 running back. His numbers per game would put him.
And let's be honest, that injury probably wasn't much of an injury. Remember what was all going on there in Raiderland with the AB drama and the team in the tanks, you know, and them kind of just working for a better draft position. The kid could have had a hangnail and said it was a sprain or something, you know. So I don't really take the injury history into account. Okay, let's change directions a little bit and get into some IDP talk. Phillips, let's see when
yeah, let's do that.
The first IDP player in my chocolate conference was 403, TJ Watt. And if you'll remember, true position designations in this league. TJ Watt is a defensive end in this league, folks. That is what true position designations will do to your league. It will make guys that you wasn't even confident to put in your lineup last year, 4th round picks in a super.
What pick did he get took at? What pick?
We got 403, brother, in the chocolate conference. 403.
That's probably right. That's probably right for him, really.
And just a couple players that went around him. 2 picks before him, Leonard Fournette. 1 pick before him, Kirk Cousins.
See, in the fruit conference, our first RDP went at 211, 27 overall, Danielle Hunter. And you can say what you want, but I'm not hating you because Danielle Hunter is the bomb at that position, and he's way ahead of everybody else. And with that scoring, that's a good pick. It really is.
I followed up with Danielle Hunter at 411 in the chocolate conference. So
that's a freaking steal, dude.
And then I followed up behind him with Myles Garrett at 505.
Oh, I like that.
That's a nice duo there.
I like that for sure.
Man, great
My defensive ends, I'm good. I'm very happy with.
You're set, bro.
I'm happy with how I finished that one. You know, I know it may have been a little early, but I'm happy with that, especially with how even the scoring is.
Right. Just a little bit of devil's advocate there, EH. The only thing I'd say is with adding outside linebackers to the DN, it makes the pool just a little bit deeper at edge.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that those top tier guys are still top tier. You know what I mean? So I love that stack, brother. I love that.
Well, and then if you look at it, Dingus there took Darius Leonard right after I took Hunter. And then 2 picks before I took Garrett, Nick Bosa went. So you could see, and then Aaron Donald went shortly after that. So they started going off the board pretty quickly after that.
Yeah, and just to touch on mine, like I said, Danielle Hunter went at 211, 27 overall. The next IDP was Darius Leonard at 404, pick 52.
That's a big jump.
That's a big jump.
I was going to bring that up. Good point, Daryl.
That's a huge jump, but I don't know that that's bad because at the linebacker position, there's a lot of depth and that you don't have at defensive end. So I think getting Danielle Hunter that early, that's a huge value jump for him. I mean, I'm getting Hunter or taking Hunter everywhere I can. He is miles ahead of everybody else at that position.
Well, so the one thing I was happy to end up with here at the defensive end edge position is I ended up going at 6'12", Joey Bosa, coming back at 8'12", coming with Cameron Jordan, and at 1304 getting Yannick Ngakoue.
Freaking sniper.
So I'm sitting here now. Did I want Danielle Hunter? Yeah, I wanted him. Did I want to get a hold of some of these other guys? Yeah, but I'm talking Joey Bosa, Cameron Jordan, and Ngakoue between 6th, 8th, and 13th round. I found myself with some good value with some edge players there.
That is good, really is.
Which allowed me to fill out other spots there because not only did I, like I said, at 412 after Danielle Hunter kind of went on me, I went with Darius Leonard, which. Well, it is what it is, but I think I formed my defense very nicely. Like my linebackers in this league are Leonard, Levante David, Rashawn Evans, Devondre Campbell, and Anthony Barr as my linebacking core to go with those edge players. I think I've only got one corner through 30 rounds. So
My bad. Have I mentioned how much I love the color yellow?
Are you the one that took Jeff Gladney? Man, somebody got Jeff Gladney, and I'm not happy about it.
Who?
Jeff Gladney, the TCU Horned Frog that got drafted to Minnesota that has 0 cornerbacks.
Oh, that kid's the bomb. Don't even play.
That kid is going to get pew,
he's
pew,
good.
pew, pew, pew,
I took my only cornerback at 26 in Marlon Humphrey.
I just took my first one. Atlanta Falcons rookie AJ Terrell is my only cornerback so far.
He just reminds me of Dan. He hates corners. And I love that shit.
I love rookie corners. I love rookie corners.
I do too. Hey, they hate corners, and I'll jump on those fuckers all day. Let me tell you.
I could get Rayshawn Jenkins in the 40th round here and still put up as much numbers as whoever you draft.
Jenkins.
That's strong. You're playing on
You know what? If I can't get him, if I
back to
can't
the
get
DNs,
Rayshawn, I'll get Janorius Jenkins too. I'll get all the Jenkins.
All the Jenkins.
That's just wrong, Dingus. That's just wrong.
But hey, let's throw Leroy Butler in there too right away.
Hey, easy.
Yes.
Back to
I can't even
the
with you
defensive end. At 4-3 after TJ Watt went, we had Danielle Hunter go in the same round, just a few picks later. The 5th round,
Really?
we had 2 go. Bosa, Nick Bosa, and Myles Garrett. 6th round, 2 more. Chandler Jones and Joey Bosa. 7th round, 1 goes, and that is Mr. 1-0 Chase Young. 102 Chase Young. And then
Hey, Chase Young.
Devin White went in that 7th round as well.
yes.
I'm telling you, if
Mike
you wait
Walton.
on Chase Young, you're losing. Chase Young is going to be fired. Him and Montez Sweat, those
There
two
it is,
are going
Daryl.
to be.
I love
That's
it.
better
They're
value.
going to be
I love it.
Better
on wheels.
value.
I'm serious. You look at this. You got Chase Young. You got Montez Sweat, and in the middle, you're going to have Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. Get the fuck out of here with that front four.
Okay, but check
They
this
are.
out.
I love
Check
that
this
front
out.
four.
Chase Young goes at 702, right? Guess
That's
where
a
I
steal.
took Montez Sweat?
That's a steal. That's a steal.
2307 is where I got Montez Sweat.
Jesus
Nice.
Christ.
Now
telling you,
that,
Montez
fellas,
Sweat
I love that value. I
That's
love
good.
that
that
value.
is
Montez
Good
Sweat
value.
is going to be a dude this year.
He is.
okay. And here's my first DN taken is another guy that's kind of flying under the radar that the whole defense was built in the draft. Brian Burns.
Oh,
They're now going to
Hey.
they're now going to a 4-3 defense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
They
they switched
just
him
got-
back.
Switched it back, right? They
Mhm.
put the rookie D Brown in the middle. They got Burns on the edge. They got Gross Matus, who's still a little raw, but I think will come into form a little bit. That D line right there is I think it's one of the next Niners.
Don't forget K1 Short either.
Short.
Yeah.
I did forget him. That's who I was trying to think of. Yeah,
Hold
Short.
up,
K1 Short.
Eric's going to love me for this. The guy you want to own in Jacksonville is Josh Allen. That's the guy you want.
Josh Allen is, and he got that's another guy I was going to bring up there, D.
Round 8.
Josh Allen goes
Hey,
right behind Chase Young at 801 to Mike
801.
Waller.
Yep.
Josh Allen in Jacksonville, as I call him, Sucksonville. Sorry, Eric.
Cubo.
Sucksonville, but I'm telling you right now, Josh Allen is the guy you want to own down there.
I love Josh Allen. And just, we don't know what's going to happen with Yannick either.
No, we don't. I
We
mean,
don't.
that's a wild card.
He's a toss up in the air anyway. So,
Right.
Josh Allen is just going to get it. And with Chase on too. I know it's not there. You know, he's a rookie, but if Yannick doesn't show up, Chase on's going to get a shot too.
Okay. If Yannick doesn't show up, he gets traded, whatever, holds out. I know you're a big Panther fan. I gotta ask, Chase on, what do you feel? Because for me, I've always believed that if you can get sack production in college, it's going to translate to NFL. But if you look, he didn't have big sack numbers in college, and he was on a loaded front in LSU.
Yeah,
you know,
I think that has to do with a lot of the competition, D, is what I think. The level of gamesmanship it takes being in that SEC, a ball control, or maybe just the way the wind's blowing can literally decide a drive, you know, in that SEC because it's so competitive.
I get that, but I think his numbers overall should have been way better than what they were.
But you know, he didn't really start until last year. You know, the first 2 years he played a total of 11 games. In 2017, 2018, he only played 11 games total in those 2 years.
So what you're saying is he wasn't very good before.
Who was in front of him? Who was in front of him?
That's a good question. Is who was in front of him, and the two linebackers is what sticks out. When we talk LSU, I immediately think about Devin White and the impact that guy had on everybody else around him. Right. I believe that he made Grant Delpit. I believe that Devin White made Grant Delpit.
Yes,
I don't think Delpit is a good safety at all.
Yes, sir.
I don't think he is. But when you got a guy like Devin White in the middle of that defense, just running havoc and wrecking shop and being the leader he can, you run around with a little bit more swag. You take a little bit more chances. That's things that in this level of the NFL, these guys ain't going to be able to do. So, you know, I don't really like comparing college to the pros because, you know, I look at guys like on the offensive side, James Proche at SMU. I'm real high on the guy, but he's a low-level school. You know, he's a little school guy, so he don't get talked about much, you know. So I don't really compare college to pros, guys. What about y'all? I mean, we look on tape, we watch tape, yes, of college, but you know, a 20 attempt, 101-yard game for no touchdown in college looks a lot different than it does in NFL. You know how it took them to get those 23 attempts in college.
Well, that also depends on your level of competition as well. You know, SEC compared to the Mountain West, you know, there's going to be a big difference there in how it translates. You know, you're gonna have a lot more, let's just say, closer to your NFL talent in the SEC than you are in the Mountain West.
Right.
You know, it depends. You know, I'll take a look at it and see, you know, how they compare with each other, and then, you know, I won't take it. It's not 100%. You know, there's, let's just say it's 75% or 50%, you know, take your look at both of them and see what comes of it from either side.
Yeah.
All right. So to put a bow on these defensive ends here in the chocolate, I just wanted to give one value, my favorite value there. And that's Mr. Jadeveon Clowney. Didn't go until the 2709 pick. Now, is that because Doug messed up something and he wasn't available to pick for the other 27 rounds? It's possible. That's possible. I'm new at this stuff. I'm new at this. I didn't have no help this year. It's all on me. So, but I believe that's the same way in every other draft. I believe Clowney is just kind of going without notice, guys. And this is a guy that's going to land somewhere and make an impact, especially outside of the 27th round, right?
When is Clowney produced fantasy? When was the last time Clowney produced?
No, Clowney.
Whenever he was in the league that put him at DN, whenever he was in the league that put him at DN and not outside linebacker, he would have been viable. We could have played him.
That's true, but he is dropping like a brick in the ocean, dude. He's not signed. If he doesn't play defensive end, you put him as outside linebacker, his value is dropping like a brick in the ocean.
And do y'all think that's the problem? Is NFL teams he's too much of a tweener? Is that what I mean? What is the holdup? It can't be all.
I don't think. I don't think it's that he's too much of a tweener because Seattle is on him, Tennessee is on him, and we both of us, Dan will tell you, we'd love to have him. But I don't know that he puts up the top end production that you're going to pay him for. I really don't. What he's asking for and what he can produce, and me and Dan talked about this. He is an impact player, and what you're paying for is how many impact plays per game he can give you. How many sacks, forced fumbles, interceptions, whatever. How many of those total he can give you per game. You're not giving him money for what he can do for a full season. You're looking at per game with him, and I think that's hurting him because, I mean, I don't know that I would take – I'm going to say this. I would take Everson Griffin over Clowney right now. Both of them are free agents, and I would take Griffin over him because I know Griffin has some mental issues or whatever you want to call it, but on the field, I know what Griffin can do when you pair him with somebody, and I would probably take Griffin over Clowney right now. I really would.
I love Clowney. I think Clowney is a beast. Of course, I live in Houston, and so I've watched Clowney a lot over the few years. My personal impression is I just don't think he loves football. I think he just wants the money. He wants to be paid. I don't see a player out there that loves football that wants to play every game. He is a monster when he wants to play, and I think that's what's going on is he wants to be paid, and people see that same lack of love for football, like a George Kittle that's just balling every single game. That's my personal take.
Agreed.
But he's going to sign somewhere, and he's going to be disruptive. Who knows?
You heard it here first.
He's going to sign. He's going to play.
Dewmeister says that hit that he put on that Michigan running back just ruined his career. That was it. That's all. He made that one highlight. And he's like, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make a bunch of N1 videos like hot sauce, but I'm on that sauce.
That's it. I mean, there's a lot of times in Houston, I don't think he was hurt, but he was hurt. He didn't play. So that's how I read into that personally, but that's me.
And I respect Romeo Cornell so much and what he did for that defense in Houston. I feel like if Romeo Cornell, couldn't really get through to this kid, I don't know who he's going to get to be honest with you.
Right, and there's a big deal that Mike Vrabel used to be his coach in Houston. There's that connection.
But the Vic Beasley
and
side,
I get that.
I think, did away with that, right? They got Vic Beasley, so I think that takes them out of the Clowney.
Vic Beasley, Jesus Christ, Doug, he jumped.
Well, he's been in Atlanta with Grady Jarrett, with one defensive tackle.
You come at me with Vic Beasley, Jesus, I can't even.
Daryl's two favorite players: Ryan Tannehill, Vic Beasley.
Yep, easily 1, 2.
You're dead to me, Eric. You're dead to me, Eric.
Beasley. Hey, will you change your Twitter handle to Ryan Beasley tomorrow?
No, I won't.
Please, just for like 24 hours and be so awesome.
Vic Tannehill.
You know what? I hate every one of you. I hate every one of you.
Hey, Tyler, you watching the UFC fight?
Yeah, I watched them. Yep.
Okay, shh. That's all I want to know.
All right, man.
No, I was just like, was it good?
Yeah.
Was it good, brother?
The main event
was
really, really good. One of the best fights I've seen in a while.
Poirier versus Hooker.
Yeah, it was a battle, dude. It was a battle.
I'm ready to watch that one.
Dude, you won't be disappointed. It was a battle. It was a good fight.
Right on. All right. Well, looks like an hour and 23 here. It is midnight. Up here to my right, the first timer.
Shoot.
And I'm just.
It's 1:01 in the morning here in the East.
I've known Dewmaster at Fantasy Watt for a very long time on Twitter. We've been in leagues together and chatted back and forth in DMs. This is the first time I've actually been on a show with him, and man, I couldn't be happier to be on the same show as the guy that dances on the Six Flags commercial.
That's right. That's right.
More ecstatic, brother.
Hey, Dewey's the
Dewey, I
bomb, and
love
guess
you, brother.
what?
Hey,
Dewey,
will you tell everybody where to find your article, your newly dropped article, and we'll make sure to get all that shared, brother. And
yes,
what you
Dewey,
do these days?
your first article, bro.
Yeah, so goingfor2.com published the first article on auction strategy. Check it out if you like auction drafts. Hopefully that gives you some insight. Hopefully I got some more stuff coming out soon.
Another thing, Dew is a killer in contract leagues, man. I'm hoping he's going to get into some of that writing because I kind of dabbled in it a little bit last year. Man, I knew I blew that dude up way too much. He must have been like, Doug, you want me to just run that team or what? But the dude knows his contract leagues, and he plays in some big money leagues, homie. So y'all check out my buddy Fantasy Watt here, man. Dude, thanks so much, bro. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
My heart, bro. I'll leave him for last. He's in his own world over there. KB, Kyle, you want to tell everybody where to find you at, brother, and your latest work, man? Just get everybody in tune with you, homie. That Twitter handle and
right on, yeah.
Update here, brother.
Yeah. No, you can find my work over at the IDP guys. Twitter handles at KBell54. I just did a couple of stash. I just did a couple of stash articles on a couple rookie linebackers with some potential for the future, and then I did a piece on one of my favorite Packer players, Kenny Clark. I think he's looking like he's gonna have a big 2020. I'm hoping, man. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Hit me up. Always looking to talk football. DMs are open, and yeah.
I love you, buddy, and thanks so much for jumping on, brother.
Thanks for having me, Doug, man. This was fun. Hell yeah, man.
You can stick around until we get everybody's stuff, or you can head out, man. Up to you. EH, what's up, buddy?
What's
up,
man? I know
everybody's probably looking at your handle and they're like, "There's a damn J in there, Doug. Do you not know how initials work?" But EH, that's what I always call you.
Do we know? I don't even know if we know him or not.
I can see Daryl. They're going to be in my DMs just as soon as we come off here, man.
Dougie, did you put the StreamYard together?
Yes, I did.
You know, you can just mute Hollywood right now, right? You have power to mute them.
You have to mute. Yeah, you have to mute.
Really?
Even though him,
you're going to mute me, really? Really, you're going to mute me?
Him, mom and dad left me
right here. I got all y'all. 5 of y'all right here. Mute that.
Coach, hey man, is it daylight here? Is it daylight? You live in Russia? You're like the Soviet Union, brother.
This?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
No, I see the door behind you, and I swear I see that sun coming through.
This is straight up some memories right here. Me, you, and Dingus. This is some memories.
Hey, are we gonna give EH his little bit of time here or what?
Yeah.
Just skip me. I see how it is.
Yeah. I don't even know EH. Him.
Shit, man, I'm sorry. And this is the guy that works with me, with us. EH, sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
Sorry, bud. It's all man. You can find me at just at Dynasty Nerds. Just posted my top 10 Dynasty linebackers. You can find me on Twitter at EJH1528. So, yeah, hit me up with any questions you got or anything like that. I'll be glad to help you out.
Who does your beard trimming?
Myself.
You said any questions, brother? You said any questions. So I want
any questions?
In there right
any questions? Ask away.
Mr. Dynasty Viper himself. the sleeveless wonder, the man that lives in the Soviet Union.
The Canadian Philip Rivers.
What's going on with you, brother? What's going on with the Podathon and stuff this year, my brother?
Sleeveless gun show. Show him, Doug. Show him, Dingus, the gun show.
So
Somebody
you know me.
Oh shit! Doug's got a helmet on. Man. Oh shit!
Might as well. Yeah, coach.
So normally I'm a kind of a behind the scenes kind of guy, kind of modest at times, but I'm going to take an opportunity to actually toot my own horn here a little bit here. The last little while,
Damn it, Doug.
we worked out, we got some did some work there, got some magazines out there, some articles, some draft profiles that came down the pipeline. I was just on the open bar last week. I'm going to jump on with going for 2 on Wednesday. On Sunday at 1 or Monday, I guess at 1 a.m. I'll be with on the SFB Podathon. I got a special guest. You want to check it out. If everything still lines up the way it's supposed to, I'll just say he's a receiver in the NFL. Will be joining me for the show. So,
Nice.
So hopefully everything still goes. Last time I checked, he's with me. He's one of those guys in Hollywood. You can talk about this, Dougie. You can talk about this. When we start scouting, especially small school kids, you get a little bit of a bond with them. You talk with them. You talk all the time, and after they make it to the pros, which is kind of cool, they still remember you from the very beginning. And this player who's going to possibly jump on the Podathon is one of those guys that I got to know really well throughout the whole process, stuck with him. He was undrafted free agent. He ended up making the team coming out of camp, and now he's probably the third option or fourth option on this team as far as receivers go. So I'm really excited about the possibility of him joining us. I also, other big news, I'll be representing the Canadian contingent in the Kings Classic draft this year. If you guys don't know what the Kings Classic is, it's for me personally, it's kind of a big deal to be invited. There's some pretty important people there that are got a lot more fantasy football experience and have a little bit more weight in the fantasy community than say someone like myself does. So this is one of those ones where previously they did the NFL, they did their fantasy draft out of the Pro Football Hall of Fame the last 2 years. Obviously, this year's going to be a little bit different. They can't do that, but just to be considered as the representative, I guess, for Canada to do this draft was pretty big news for me too. Dynasty
I don't want you to sell yourself short, though, buddy. You're an amazing dude. You're a badass ranker. You run one hell of a website.
Yes,
Don't sell yourself short, man.
So
You're great.
funny story. I just put out a stupid post here on Twitter the other day. I just put out my most popular tweet ever on Twitter the other day, and it was, I would like to apologize in advance for not being very good. And apparently that was my most popular take ever. It had like 54 likes. I'm like, really? Really, people? I come up with the best one-liners. Awesome joke. I get like 2 likes. I say I suck, and all of a sudden everyone likes that comment. I'm like, really?
It's because we love you, Dagus. We love you.
Yeah.
And it's 2020, and as you've told us before, people lick ice cream at the grocery store. People have been messing up other people's sweet teas. Dingus Down and Distance brought us many topics over the years, brother. So
let me catch them.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like licking ice cream at the store, I will fuck their ass up.
I bet you would, Hollywood. I bet you would. You'd tear them a new one, right? You'd get right in there.
Oh man, can we please?
I love my ice cream, but you
just have
ice cream and back in the
have
shelf.
Daryl sitting by the freezer section.
Ass.
Ain't gonna lick that.
So
don't lick.
I guess my question for Hollywood right now is: do you prefer licking ice cream or tearing ass? That's what I want to know right now.
Woo! That's 2 of his favorite things.
Good question. You know what? I'm going to go with yes, because you know what? That's what I do best. Hell yeah!
Well, you tear as many man ass as you want.
Coach, you want to tell everybody about your website, where to find your website, brother, and give us that Twitter handle, and also give me them guys that work for the Vipers, man, as well. They're amazing dudes, and they
Okay, so you can check me out and follow me out here at Dingus4. I threw up this thing. If I manage to hit the 2K club here before I go on the Podathon, I'll be donating a SFBX Podathon t-shirt. I'll be buying someone that follows me. If I hit 2K during the Podathon, I'll be buying someone a shirt for that.
Are you going to sign it?
I can sign whatever you want. It ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be worth nothing then. You can check us out at dynastyvipers.com or on Twitter at dynastyvipers. Check out my crew, man. My brothers there over at the Vipers, at B Martsy, at Calvin and Hobby, at RS Smooth, man. These guys have been putting in some good work lately. Calvin and Hobby always does a fantastic job. He's doing some previews of the divisions right now. RS Smooth there. He's another Serrano, actually. He just did his first AJ Brown kind of trade value article. Go check that out. Those are up there right now. I'm just a pretty face behind everything. I haven't written nothing for a while, so
a pretty face that you are, brother.
Jesus Christ, you're pretty.
The man that I designed my
well, and that's why, you know what? Next time we do this, can you put Hollywood right beside me so I look even better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he not beside me?
Hollywood.
He looks like he's a new lead singer for Van Halen.
There we go.
All right. Well, we're at 1:35 here. I think the wife's already asleep, so I might even go longer with a couple of these guys. But for first time, Fantasy White and new rider to going for 2. Do my thanks, brother. And it's out with a little tune. Hollywood. I'm not gonna get off here before everybody. I know you just dropped your Debbie rankings, so tell us where I'll find them, brother.
Yeah, so if you don't know, I've made the switch over to the IDP guys, and just today I have released my top 100 IDP Debbie rankings. So check them out. Check all my stuff out over there. IDP Nation, me and Dan, we're holding it down, and we got some. We've got a new thing called IDP Lounge going with Dingus and Kyle. They're going to rotate, and some big things coming up for that, man. That's some huge news right there.
Well,
Sweet.
If any of y'all ever need any guests, any of these guys in this room,
He's done hit me with sleeveless. Really, Dingus,
really? Talking about Calvin and Hobby, man. That dude, look him up on Twitter, is an outstanding podcast guest, man. He's a killer on the mic. B Mart, I think he knows more about fantasy football than I forgot.
So we really need to get a campaign going for B Marts. He's got like 300 followers.
I've tried like 10 times, but I'm nobody.
Really?
We need like a Fish or like Matt Berry.
We'll get his. Don't worry.
All right. Anybody? Any final words?
We're streaking. Are we going streaking?
Dewey ain't said nothing like an hour.
I got my best Yorks on.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are wearing pants?
Dingus has only got a sleeveless shirt on. Coach is just wearing a sleeveless shirt. That's it.
Well, might as well join him.
Well, it's daytime in Russia, so it's all right.
All right, before we get out of here, I'd like to thank our sponsors, myfantasyleague.com, the most customizable fantasy site in the game. You can have your fancy laser beams and little tiger icons. I'll have the most customizable fantasy site in the game, myfantasyleague.com. Also, Trophy Smack, trophysmack.com. Whenever you're putting those leagues together and looking for that trophy to order, Order from TrophySmack.com. Use the promo code Oklahomie, all caps, OKLAHOMIE, for a free championship ring with a trophy purchase. And knowing of this is without possible without my good friend Tyler Gunther and the crew at Dynasty Happy Hour. Thanks for hosting IDP Power Hour and making us, the flagship IDP pod for Dynasty Happy Hour. And I never thought I'd say flagship in my name in anything. So thank you, Dynasty Happy Hour.
Oh shit, we're recording?
You know what? It's been a pleasure.
IDP Power Hour with at Fantasy One.
So
Hollywood at ELLF54 at EJH1528 and at Dingus4. This is IDP Power Hour. Peace. I just had to do that for audio reasons.
Peace.
Fuck off now if y'all want.
Love you, Doug. Love you,
Once I mix all this up and put it up on the podcast, I have like an official little sign off.
I really wanted to get that line in the private chat into the show.
What's up?
Oh, we had somebody live. Oh shit.
Yeah, it was Troy. Troy was in the house.
Troy Olsen, yeah, DFF voice. He said, we don't mention Lawrence Phillips and Nebraska together. Dingus.
That's funny.
Whatever.
Coach, how do you add one of them little things up there?
Hey, I'm even hating on Nebraska.
You should just be able to click it and then add.
Should be able to just click it. Well, thanks. You sound like my wife. Did you look good? Did you look twice?
Oh shit.
Let me see if this will work.
It was great.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go jump in the pool.
Yeah, thanks for getting a hot tub.
God damn.
So,
Who's gonna poo?
Oh man!
Look at Dewey. Dewey, swan dive.
oh, here's
Swan
back.
dive, Dewey. He did that shit. He
Gotta do a
did
belly
swan
flop,
dive.
man.
Hell yeah.
Dude got in the pool. You don't see that often. I got some bass.
No, Dewey did a swan dive straight in that
You
motherfucker.
gotta do a belly flop
I
or
like it.
cannonball.
That's all I got. That's all I got. It's hot out here, man.
It's hotter than a volcano's asshole in Oklahoma, brother. I tell you what. God dang, man.
Oh,
Texas.
volcanoes, asshole.
All right. Well,
Oh shit.
what you do, Daryl? You going to bed? You going to bed, Daryl?
Hell no, I ain't going to bed. I'm just
Daryl going to
Hey,
bed. Come
I'm
on
getting my
now.
stride.
Daryl hasn't slept since like
Hey, go on,
2003.
Shoot. I'm straight up on it right now. Come on. Come on with it.
He's like a real life mummy. Every part of his organ has already been pickled.
My grandma asked him for his best brine recipe.
So I do think I might be in trouble in the gala. My wide receivers are pretty bad. My running backs are pretty bad, but oh well.
I'm telling y'all, I'm putting my IDP squad against anyone's IDP squad. I've got the best IDP squad right now going.
It's pretty bad. My top wide receivers: Odell Beckham, AJ Green, and possibly Marquise Brown. So that's the best I got.
That's not that bad. I mean, my running backs. I didn't take my first running back till 6th round, and then 11th round after that. So, yeah, I'm struggling at running back.
Who's got the best? Who's got the best roster so far? The golden ticket.
I was just trying to look at
He
that.
said,
and see who I spot.
I can tell you it ain't mine.
Oh, I can tell you guys it ain't yours either. It's
That's
mine.
I do like Coach's team. I do like Coach's team.
I just like Coach's team because he's got McCaffrey on it. I mean,
Like that's a win in itself. You know, I got Ryan and Rodgers as my quarterback. Really? I don't care. For a redraft, I'm fine. Connor and McCaffrey at running back.
You got Aaron Rodgers. You're set.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you're set with Aaron Rodgers. Don't worry.
My weak wide receivers are a bunch of no-name guys that nobody cares about that produced. John Brown, Jarvis Landry, Cortland Sutton, Sammy Watkins. I'm okay. That's my weak spot. My D tackle. There's where the business gets done. Calais Campbell, Akeem Hicks, Deron Payne. That's D tackle right there.
I like Deron Payne, man. He's gonna.
Solid,
that defensive line's gonna do
Telling
good.
you,
This
I
year.
will put this IDP squad against anyone's IDP out there. Bosa, Cameron, Nagaku at the end.
I'll take that challenge. I know KB said he was fixing to do an article on this guy that I got has took my DT1 in round 1409.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did it a couple weeks ago, actually.
Sleeping on Washington, but you're going to have Chase Young. And you're going to have Young, or you're going to
Did you go swimming too? Sammy, how you going? Sammy.
Let's be honest, all that ass is tearing up right now.
I've been swimming all week.
Is the wind blowing there, brother? You had great feed all show, and now it's getting a little choppy, buddy.
Well, you know, porn takes up a lot of bandwidth.
Carol, if you don't send me a picture of this yellow dress, girl, man, what are you talking about? What's it on?
Well, it's not yellow anymore.
Hey.
Well, there's that rated R tag. I'll have
Hold
to
up.
put this
Hold Hey. Yellow. Oh, it's yellow. Let me tell you. That shit's yellow. I ain't even playing. That shit's yellow as fuck. Dougie acting like he don't know it's yellow. He sends me a link to this video. He said, "Oh, come on, Dougie, come on."
Oh, hey, brother, it's all good, baby.
I
All
got you,
good.
bro. I got you. Hold up.
You know how little editing I'm gonna have to do on this one compared to like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
God.
Is he taking? Are you taking a
I
selfie?
hate you, Dougie.
We just need to do
Hollywood
this more
take
often.
a selfie. Hollywood take a selfie.
Here we go.
Oh man, it was so good, man. It was his birthday last year, and I got a hold of like.
I got you right here, Dougie.
We got him so drunk,
Whoa.
man. He's got his headphones on, and he's just talking. He's like, "I'll be right back."
Hold up. Hold up. Did I just hear Doug?
That's
Did I
funny.
just hear Doug say he was going to do some editing?
No, editing, yeah, a little bit. I dabble.
Yeah, like when he said "fuck Aaron Rodgers" like 5 times.
Just bleep that out. We'll just put a bleep right there.
Yeah.
Doesn't Dan like
Fuck you, mother.
for IDP Nation? Doesn't Dan like just have a beeper on you all the time?
So what I'm gonna
Beep,
do
beep,
is I'm gonna say Ryan Tannehill real fast, and I'm gonna put that every time Daryl said a cuss word tonight.
Where's the chat? I'm sending this shit
Tannehill.
right now.
That or throw the Leroy Jenkins stuff up.
Yep.
Leroy, it'll be in there. I'm gonna do a couple edits. I'm gonna do
That's funny.
Leroy Jenkins. And I'm gonna do Ryan Tannehill.
Sweet.
Doug, all you
Hey,
gotta
we're
really
getting him riled up. We're getting him riled up now.
actually, Doug, I got a better one. whenever he drops a bomb, just have it changed to like Duval. I love how he freezes up because I can't tell if he's angry or not.
Oh man! Hey,
Oh man!
Daryl, is this why you like Dan so much? He don't pick on you like this, does he, Bubba? That old school teacher, he don't pick on you like this, does he? You know we love it. Go ahead, Sammy Hagar.
This is right here. This is why I hate every one of you.
Well,
Dougie, I sent you yellow.
What?
Hollywood's keeping us in suspense. It's half a word and then he freezes over there.
I feel like I'm watching Ocean 17, man.
Billy Dingus. You and no, you and something. God damn. I can think what you and something.
Oh man.
It's like when you get so mad that you just can't get it out.
Fucking
So I think we got up to one viewer tonight.
No. Dougie Kyle. Hey, no, Dougie Kyle. I seen the video.
What? I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Coach did it. I didn't do that. Did he? He muted himself, I think. He did. He muted
This is
himself.
me. I don't got the power.
I don't get the power either.
Hey, he has no idea. He has no idea. Does he?
Nope, he has no idea.
Wouldn't matter. We couldn't hear him anyway.
Daryl,
What do you think he's looking at?
Daryl,
He
what's
just sent me the picture. Eric, look at our group text, Eric. He sent the picture of what he's looking at.
Oh shit! Why do you have to mute it though?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh God! Oh
He
God!
finally sent the girl in the yellow over.
That's funny.
Oh man! Oh fucking Daryl!
I love you, D. Even though you're on mute and you can't tell everybody bye.
Oh man!
All right, y'all, man. I guess I'm out.
Yep,
Bye,
I'm
guys.
almost out too, fellas. Hey, thanks
y'all,
for
guys.
stopping by.
Get you
Hey,
next
All
time.
that, man.
Have a good one, guys.
Back
Yeah.
anytime.
It's great
I
meeting
guess,
y'all.
yeah.
We need to do this again.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
for sure.
Holla.
Yeah, I'm down, man, for
Having
sure.
like a every 2-week meetup, maybe, and call it like FF Nightlife or something like that. You know what I mean? Like every 2 weeks or something, you know?
Hold up.
Reenact-
Hold up. I'm
Reenact-
sending the whole video right here in just a minute. Wait up.
Hey, this is
There's
why
my
you
girl.
record the show.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Hold
look
up.
at that. He's gonna send us.
I'm
He's
I'm
gonna send
sending
us a
this shit
video.
right now. Right fucking now. You. Oh, God damn it. Hold up. Hold up. You motherfucker. You.
I'm waiting
Dougie,
for this.
fuck,
I'm waiting for this. Come on, let's send it.
I cannot wait any longer. I
I
feel
told
like
you. I tried to warn you.
man, I'm on the
I'm
edge.
trying. You know, I'm trying, motherfucker.
Don't worry. I just added dingus to
Oh,
this.
here we go.
This group
I got
text,
this
so-
shit.
Hey,
Dingus don't need to see any selfie pictures from Daryl.
Too late. Already added you.
Too
Oh,
late.
dang it.
Nope.
Definitely
There's no
needs to see
coming
this
back.
shit. You know what?
No coming
Last,
back.
last time Daryl
No
sent me a
coming
picture, I
back.
couldn't tell if it was a portobello mushroom or something he was packing.
Oh man.
I hate you.
oh my God.
See,
Just
and y'all
let me
think
say
Canadians are
I hate
polite.
every last one of you motherfuckers.
All right, we're gonna watch this video. Here we go.
Oh, I got it.
No, Canadians suck. This is Dougie's fault.
Oh yeah, that's Wolf. I thought it was like
Straight-
grade 4.
Straight up yellow. No, yellow.
Hold
I'm-
up. You can hear him
I'm
in
telling you
background.
Right now, yellow.
There she is. That's what you've been talking about.
See love. It's Dougie's fault.
Yep. I'll take the blame, baby. Take it.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
hold up. I can get that for you.
Every one of us is watching that damn thing right now.
There she is.
It's on there.
Not me.
What do
I'm
you
a
do?
gentleman.
Ugh.
Hey, Dougie
That's
knows.
the guy wearing no pants.
Dougie knows.
No one said I had to.
That's why I added you.
Hell yeah. Now, I ain't even playing. I don't even want to hear no shit out of Dingus right now. Don't even.
Don't even what?
Hey, I'm breaking it down.
I want to see you break it. Stand up and give us a little jig.
Tennessee
Stand up and give us that pop and lock it. man.
Hey, pumping like it. Tennessee love. Hell.
All right. I better go. I
I ain't
gotta
even
take a
playing.
time.
This
I'm out
is your
here.
fault, Dougie. You showed me this video. This is all on you, Dougie.
I want to take us out listening to this.
Take a look at what the year that she did to me. I was drinking Hennessy and then I had an epiphany. Got me thinking that's
That's right. That's not even right,
Yeah,
Dougie.
go.
Not even right.
Okay, fellas,